David, fashion legend. We see in a weather race, and over this sort of trip, usually he's going to turn up. He looks a decent chance this week.
Yeah, he's had a really nice preparation, Nick, and he's, as you say, sort of become a bit of an all-weather specialist second half of the season. So put in some good performances, and I'm happy with him.
When you look at his record, I think he had the 7 runs. He's never finished worse than 6th on the all-weather. So I know on paper it states that he's finished outside of the top 4, but he's never been far away.
No, he hasn't. And I ran him a couple of times, or certainly once over 12. He ran very well over 12 too, so he's adaptable. But obvious race for him, and he's also won on a rain-affected all-weather track. So if that's the case on Sunday, that won't be a negative anyway.
Yeah, that was his latest win, wasn't it, off of 49. The trial, Richard rode him in the trial. Was he happy with him?
He was, yeah. Both trials have been nice. He's always very, very honest and very genuine in his trials. So if he wasn't, you'd be worried. But he's very, very tough, very honest horse. So no, he was happy with him. His actions spot on. So looking forward to it.
And I know, like for some people, perhaps they might focus on the turf over the all-weather, but these all-weather races, they're fiercely competitive, aren't they? Even at sort of this level.
Yeah, they are. They're hard to win, and with the nature of the fact that there's not a lot of them, and they really help horses who find the ground too quick, which he does. He's by deep field. Obviously, a lot of them like it, and a lot of them like cutting the ground. So it's a great option for these horses.
Yeah, it's uncanny the record he's got with all-weather horses. He's going to run in Bon Ho's colours, of course, famous colours. Just a quick update on Glittering Legend. You've also got him in the stable of New Horse, and he'll race in the same colours. Nice horse. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's good. He's just giving him a chance to sort of acclimatise and adapt. Come from Newmarket and racing on tracks that are just that bit softer across the board. So he's going up to Chung Fa, which is great to be able to have that option, and he'll just tick over for 3 or 4 weeks before starting any serious work.
And so I guess in that sort of time frame that you might get a trial in between sort of the next few weeks or so?
Well, no, he's probably, I'm looking at sort of 8 weeks or so to a trial. He's got a nice rating, and I think it's really important that he does adapt to the tracks. If he doesn't, we won't, get him to where we really want to go. So we've got a bit of time on our side and a rating that allows us to do that. So, Bond's happy with that plan, and hopefully we have a smooth run.
Andrea, Mr. Cool is a ride for you. You've only ridden him the once, but you got a nice tune out of him, albeit in defeat. You must be looking forward to riding him again.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. Obviously rode him sort of back end last season when he just got beat, and I galloped him a couple of times and I trialled him. His trial was really good. He seems like physically he strengthened up, which he needed. It was a little bit narrow last season, and it feels like this season he's sort of filled up into his frame, and very pleased with him.
He absolutely hacked up in that trial, didn't he? I mean, he did it in the style of quite a smart horse, really.
Yeah, I think he's quite nice. His trial was good. We just wanted to see where we were at, whether he was ready to go or not. That's why Frankie asked me to sort of ask him the question to see what we had, and he picked up quite nicely. It doesn't do a lot when he hits the front. He had a bit of a look. It's still lightly raced, so hopefully there's a bit more improvement.
Frankie's dropping him back to 7 furlongs, 1,400 in new money, if you will, for his seasonal reappearance. Shouldn't inconvenience him?
No, I think 1,400 is a good start. The horse is probably a little bit fresh, so I think 14 is a good starting point, but yeah, we could have done with a better draw.
Yeah, that leads me on quite nicely. I mean, 14 seems to be the slightly unlucky number with him, because that's where you're drawn. Not ideal, but if you can overcome it, he's going to put himself there, isn't he?
Oh, for sure. I think it's never easy when you got drawn 14 or 14, especially carrying top weight too. I think he's a quite nice horse, but it's his first round of the season, and hopefully if we can overcome the draw, he'll run big.
Zach Purton, we've got a mixed card coming up on the weekend. You're riding Kaka in race number 8. Now, last time out obviously didn't quite go to plan, but he's had a break, and hopefully he's over all those ailments. Looking forward to getting on him again?
Well, he was racing well before that, and he got himself into a good spot, but he just couldn't close it off, and subsequently he's had a little bit of surgery in the off-season, so hopefully he's striding out a little bit better and he can get back to how he was going before that.
Just from your point of view as a rider, Zach, I mean, it was a wet, slow track that day. If a horse does have a breathing issue, I guess, is that more than likely to say bring it out, given against a quicker surface?
I think more, possibly, but it was more his racing manners. He was quite aggressive in that race, and obviously he was feeling something, so that that generally tells you that they're not that comfortable.
You and I not vets, of course, so we shan't elaborate on it too much. What about the trials? Trials have looked pretty good.
His trials have been okay. He hasn't been at his best in the trials. He's needed them. He might need the run. 1650 first time out, but sometimes these horses after a couple of trials they can come on quite a bit, and it's early in the season, so a lot of the horses are in the same boat.
Yeah, he certainly looks at a chance, of course, drawn gate number 8. He's a nice ride for you. Just a quick question on Kying Rising. He had that gallop this morning. I know you weren't on board, but you've spoken to David Hayes, I believe, and all seem to be very positive.
He's very happy. He liked the way that he stretched out, liked the way he pulled up, and he's ready to get on the plane now and go.
I know you're a man who probably keeps a lid on things, but how excited are you to get down there and ride in that race? Obviously, it's a real big deal for the horse and for everyone and for Hong Kong.
It is. It's been a big build-up, nearly 11 months in the making, really. So it's been a topic of discussion for a long period of time now, and he's continued to put himself forward. It's exciting to go down there, obviously back to Australia, and Sydney sort of where I'm from, but representing Hong Kong, where I've been for nearly 2 decades, and there's going to be a lot of people going down there with the horse. So the race is really starting to take shape now. A few of the horses step out on the weekend, so we'll keep a close eye on them. And we've got a good eye on the weather down there as well. It's been a little bit better recently, and hopefully we can get a dry track when we get there. But I'm looking forward to getting down and riding him in the barrier trial on the surface, and that'll give me a better guide on how we think he might handle the track as well.
Caspar Fownes, Dancing Code, a runner for you coming up on the weekend. A horse who I'm hoping, or you're hoping, I'm sure, will start this season off as he finished last.
Yes, Nick, he remains in good form. He had a lovely trial in Chung Fa last week down the straight, and he's got a pretty good record at the 1200 in Sha Tin. So yeah, we're looking forward to the race. He's got a nice soft draw. I'm sure he'll be competitive.
Talking of records, his fresh record isn't too bad either, Cass. A win and 2 seconds from 4 goes. So this is the time to catch him, perhaps?
I think so, yeah. He's in good nick. He looks a treat. He's back in Hong Kong now, arrived yesterday. Very happy with him, and I'm sure he'll give us a big run.
He's up to a mark of 90, and I think rightly so, given what he's done. He's obviously pretty smart, but you've got Ellis on board taking the 5 off, so that certainly helps. Yeah,
Ellis has got a good record on him, won a few races, and they get on well together. So again, these sort of races, they're always competitive in Hong Kong, but he's a good, honest horse, so I'm sure he'll be there with them. Yeah, it certainly is a good competitive race. Of course, talking of you and Ellis, Wednesday night was sort of the nights you dream of around Happy Valley, though obviously that's happened for you before, given your record around there, but 4 winners, fantastic stuff. Yeah, magic, anytime you can do 3 or 4 winners in Hong Kong, it's always something to be proud of, because it's so competitive here. And on that night, it was good for the kid. He rode both horses well in the first 2 races. They won nicely. And my last 2 winners were good as well. So it was good to see the last horse win and get the bonus. So all in all, it's been a good season so far. It certainly has. I'm really very fresh into it as well. Just on your team and your stable, obviously the fact you have hit the ground running, I'm sure you're hoping it will continue throughout the course of the season. But nice team assembled, of course. Horses are racing well and everything's going nicely. At this stage, yeah, we're very happy. We've got some nice new horses in the system that you're always hopeful that they can come out and win a few races for you. And if that's the case, then you set yourself up for a chance to be a title contender. It's very, very open this year. You've got probably 15, 16 stables with the maximum strength. So it's everyone's up to have a winning chance at the title. So, I know how to get it done. I know how to fight. If I'm in the run at the last part, I'll be there. But at this stage, we don't even worry about that. We just worry about keeping the horses healthy and getting as many winners as we can. David Hayes at race 10. You're going to settle Storm Rider. He's got the top weight. Zach Purton's on. He's dropping in grade. First run of the new season, but we certainly know him to be a handy horse.
Yes, he goes well at Happy Valley and Sha Tin. Things didn't go right the last race of the season, but his trials have been very good. And I think he'll run a good race, but he is giving the field a bit of weight, isn't he? I think it's 7 or 8 pound, but probably deserves it. Yeah, he certainly is giving plenty of weight. Just looking back at that Chung Fa trial, I mean, visually it was quite impressive. Was your rider, was everybody impressed by it? Yeah, we were. We thought we'd take the blinkers off because he trialled so well without them. I just think he's a more mature horse this year, so I'm hoping he can get away with the big weight, and then a sort of horse that will be able to progress up in class.
I guess what was tough for him, David, as well, I mean, he went up, what did he go up 10, I think, for that win, didn't he? So he's been left on, sort of anchored on 80s last couple of rounds.
Yes. It's a hard mark, but he's a mature horse now. So hopefully he's one of the horses that can win with 135 through the season.
67 days since we last saw him. He has gone well fresh in the past also, so that's got to be a key attribute.
Yeah, he's a pretty foolproof horse, I think, and we're expecting him to run well fresh.
And you've taken the blinkers off. Just why that decision?
Because he trialled so well without them, and he's won races without them. We put the blinkers on and it got the track done, but his last run in the blinkers was a little bit disappointing. So we just thought we'd start fresh, and we can always put them on if he needs them.